What happened was that there was a big demand for revenge for the assassination of General Soleimani from within the regime itself, and from those millions who gathered on the streets. So a little after midnight, these salvos of missiles were fired into 2 American bases. They seem to have been quite carefully calibrated so that while they satisfied the desire for revenge, at least that's the hope of the regime, at the same time they didn't provoke President Trump into going ahead with his threat to answer any big attack with a much bigger and much more destructive response from the U.S.
No Americans were harmed in last night's attack by the Iranian regime. Our great American forces are prepared for anything. Iran appears to be standing down, which is a good thing for all parties concerned and a very good thing for the world.
Donald Trump appeared to be looking for the so-called exit ramp, for a way to claim victory and back away from an ongoing round of military attacks and reprisals. And I think that's what you saw in his speech today. He said that Iran was standing down, and he talked more backward-looking about what the United States had accomplished instead of forward-looking about what the United States might do next.
The Iranians have an appetite for more. The supreme leader, the most important man in the country, Ayatollah Khamenei, described the missile attacks overnight as a slap. He said the longer-term objective was to get America out of the region. Now that sounds pretty tough, but that's something that they've said loads of times before.
So now I think at this point you can essentially close the book on this crisis, but the reality is this is far from over. There's a big question about the level of U.S. military involvement in the Middle East going forward. There have been calls within Iraq and legislation passed to try to get the United States to withdraw from that nation. If that's the outcome down the road, that definitely changes the U.S. military and political outlook in the region, and something that Iran would be able to look to and say this was a successful outcome from this conflict.